Hey, it's Dr. Nicole, and I want to give you some key things to remember and really try to hold on to when your child is struggling and their behavior seems so challenging to manage. And it doesn't matter whether your child has a diagnosis of something like ADHD, autism spectrum disorder, anxiety, PANS or PANDAS, or no diagnosis at all. Kids all have times when they struggle with regulating themselves, with managing their emotions and behaviors, and some kids have that happen a lot more frequently than others. But the key thing that I want you to really hold on to in those challenging moments is that your child is a great kid who's having a difficult time. That is a mantra that I find is so important and impactful for parents. I find that it's really important for me as a parent to hold on to that my kid is a good kid, but he or she is having a really tough time right now. And to remember in those moments that they are totally overloaded and dysregulated. What does that mean? Means that they are struggling to manage the current level of demands, whatever those demands might be. It might be a task demand. It might be a demand emotionally with something that happened between them and a peer on the playground or on social media. It could be a demand of an interaction that you've had, whatever it might be. This dysregulation, these big emotional and behavioral reactions, it just means that their current level of ability to make sense of the situation and to manage the big discomfort that they're feeling with feeling overwhelmed and stressed, that it's just exceeding their ability to manage that. The situation has gotten to the point where it's more than they can manage. And that happens to all of us at times. So we can certainly empathize with that because we have all had experiences and do have experiences on a regular basis of where situations in our own lives exceed our capacity to manage them in that moment. And we get dysregulated and we struggle to manage our emotions and behaviors. And we react to things in ways that are not the best or that we regret after the fact. So we can certainly relate to that. I think it's also really important to remember that their behavior in these moments is not intentional. No matter what they say or how it may feel to you, no child wakes up in the morning and says, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to really just create problems for everyone. I really want people to be upset with me. I want to really have a hard time and have people thinking negative things about me. No, of course not. None of us wakes up that way. Kids don't wake up that way. So when they're having these big behavioral reactions to these uncomfortable emotions of overwhelm, of not feeling capable, of not feeling like they can manage things, it just means that their cup is full. They're overflowing at that point, and they don't know what to do to get themselves back under control and to get themselves back in their rational brain. That ability to manage more information, more complexity of task demands, more complexity of emotions, particularly bigger, uncomfortable emotions, grows as kids get older, as they get more competent, as their brain develops. It's very poor ability when they're young, which is why toddlers have lots of big behavioral reactions when they have big feelings. And for kids who have different types of brain-based challenges, mental health issues, that can be an issue that they continue to struggle with because of how their brain is developing. It may take them longer to develop the connections in their brain for being able to regulate themselves and manage big emotions and then regulate their behavior around those. But just know that when they're having these big reactions, it's not intentional. Their cup's overflowing, they're out of resources to be able to manage it. So what do they need from us as their adult guides, as their parents or caregivers or other adults who are with them? They need us to understand what's really going on. That they are overwhelmed and that they are dysregulated and that they are unable to get themselves together and manage themselves in that moment. That's key, really important. Even if we don't understand all the nitty-gritty of what's going on with them, to be able to look at it through that lens. Okay, I know this is a great kid who's really struggling right now. They're overwhelmed. Their cup is overflowing. Then they really need us to respond with support and empathy to recognize, hey, I see that you're having a tough time. I see that this is a struggle for you. I see that you're overwhelmed. And at the same time, as we're providing empathy and support, we also need to set some firm boundaries, because kids need to know that the adults that are with them in these moments have their back, that we get what's going on, that we're able to control the situation and set boundaries to help get them back to being able to make sense of the world, to help them feel more secure and more organized within themselves. And in order to do that, we need to set some boundaries. And that may mean removing them from the situation, or removing other people or things from the situation. It may mean dramatically pulling back on task demands or things that are overwhelming in that moment. It may mean reminding them of, your feelings are okay, however you're feeling is fine, but not all behaviors are okay. And I'm going to put some limits now to help you to get yourself back under control. They need us to be able to do that. So support and empathy, also limits and boundaries. So when you're feeling in doubt and you're overwhelmed yourself and you feel like everything else that you're doing is not working, stay calm, stay quiet with them. Show them that you can handle whatever is going on, even if you don't feel like it inside. Show them that you can handle this, because they feel like they can't. So they need to know that we've got this. Remind them of how much you love them, that you see that they're struggling, but you know that they're a great kid, they're having a hard time. And then when the emotion diffuses, when they are calming down and coming out of this, move on to something that builds relationship and feels good to both of you. Relationship, relationship, relationship above all else. The homework, the chores, the Zoom class, the whatever else can wait. It's not important in those moments. The magic for building healthier and more resilient brains for our kids, whether they have a diagnosis or not, is in the support and the repair when these breakdowns happen. They need to know that you've got them. They need to know that they can come out of these situations and that you still love them no matter what, that in these tough moments, you can be the anchor in their storm, and that you can help them repair and move on after that. That is important, not just for getting through these tough moments, but also it does so much good for them and their brain development, literally how their brain is developing connections for emotional and behavioral regulation in the short and long term. The anchor in their storm, the calm anchor in their storm. They're a great kid who's having a tough time right now. I've got this. I can help them through this. Does this resonate with you? Is it helpful? Do you want more tools around these issues? Tell me what challenges you're experiencing right now. Let me know in the comments so that I can follow up and continue to provide the resources that are most beneficial to you.